right, well, first of all, awesome to see you guys. And I think one of the beauties of this movie is this idea of deception and just kind of the idea of like deceiving the audience, deceiving characters in the film. I'm wondering when you play a film like this that does have a crazy reveal and things like that, how do you know when you're giving too much away in a scene? The way you look at somebody, the way you wink at somebody, the way you smile at somebody. I'm assuming that that's all talked about and calculated in the script, but do you think about what you're giving away?
For an actor, you just want to keep everything real, because they're also actors. So they're not going to be giving any, kind of sly. It's just going to be very real in the moment because they're acting, essentially.
I mean, that was one of the tricks in figuring out how to make the movie, right? Was that there is a definite puzzle. There's math to the movie, but you have to make sure that the behavior is truthful. And that's really the only way you can end up talking to actors on the day, is that it feels really truthful, that the objectives are real, that the subtext feels real, and but that's not an easy task.
Yeah, it's insane. And Jennifer, I've read that before. You said you don't take characters home with you. I mean, I am curious though, do they affect you? Later on, like, do you find yourself affected at all personally, emotionally? Like, do they change you whatsoever after you leave them?
No, not really. I remember Joy was kind of a turning point for me. I was 25, and I just felt kind of, I don't know if it was getting in touch with a part of myself that was already there or kind of faking it until I made it and got a part of myself. But there was, I don't know, being 25 and shooting Joy and having the influence of that character who takes over everything in her life, and the people in her life, and her job, and her business, I don't know, that did affect me. But otherwise, no, because it's nothing, there's no connection. It's not about me, You have to find these new people. Did that make any sense?
Yeah, it did, but
new people.
Like with Mother, for example, I remember reading in a Vogue article that you had a Kardashian tent. It was an interesting. So I was curious. Did you have anything
I had
here?
never gone that dark before, so I didn't know what was going to happen. So I can always be like, yeah, whatever. I switch it off, but I've never gone that dark. So that was more about protecting me from like the 150 extras that were in the house, because I didn't know what I was going to be like when they called cut, and then also just in case I wasn't coming back. Just kind of something that was familiar to me, which is, of course, Gumballs and the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And you'd have to keep up with them.
Literally.
That is key.
My favorite line in the film is every human being is a puzzle of need, and you must become the missing piece, and they will tell you everything.
Yeah.
Brilliant line. And I'm wondering, when you play a movie like this, do you now examine people differently when you meet them? Like, do you kind of look for that missing puzzle piece? I know you're acting and you're playing a role, but do you find yourself kind of looking at people and talking to people differently?
No, I mean, it's weird to say this because we're in show business and there's a lot of deception and double dealings and backstabbing and all that stuff. But I still am completely naive.
It got real dark in here real quick.
Yeah, no.
What a great business.
Yeah, no. I trust you guys, but you're the only two. I still look at people and naively assume that I can trust everybody I meet and believe everything that they say. Is that wrong?
That's so sweet.
I'm super naive too, man. I'm with you on that.
Like, I'm not looking for my way to manipulate you, or maybe I am. I don't know.
No, you're not.
I don't think I am.
No, you're not.
And I'm not looking for a reason for why you're trying to take from me.
No, I am.
I'm
not like that.
And last question for you. Obviously, accents are so fascinating to me. I know you get asked a lot about accents and things that you maybe do in roles, but you go American, you go Russian here. It's fascinating to me. I'm wondering, do you stay in it when the camera cuts? Do you find yourself talking to your family and your friends in the accent? I know some actors are method, some aren't. And also, what was the hardest part of the accent to nail? Was there a word or a section you found that you could find yourself getting into it evenly?
Senate Armed Services Committee.
Senate Armed Services Committee.
Why that one?
That, I don't know why, but that word was just killing.
When you're old and a crazy lady, that might become the thing that you just say over and over.
Senate Armed Services Committee. Senate Armed Services Committee. She just keeps sitting there repeating Senate Armed Services Committee.
Would you repeat it to get used to it?
Yeah, I mean, I would repeat it, and then they call action, and then I would send a service guns. Like, I just couldn't say it. But no, I didn't stay in the accent in between. I think that if I ever did a foreign accent again, I probably would try my hardest, because obviously it makes it easier to flow, into it. But I just couldn't talk to all these guys. They're my friends. They couldn't talk to them in a Russian accent. They would have laughed at me.
Yeah. Well, you guys did an amazing job to wrap me up. James Newton Howard's score was amazing. I love the subtlety of it. I have so many more questions, but I'll see you guys at the Q&A tonight.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
thing. So thank you so much for talking to me.
Of
you guys
course.
are really
you.
sweet.
Thank
So.
you. Good to see you.